one, which I'm sure Solomon Owusu's own is included. Convictions secured 7. Financial recoveries. 2 million recovered for the MIIF, and then 8.5 million recovered from investigations into diversion of petroleum products. These are recoveries that have been made by the OSP. So that is it from the OSP, the half-year report. You can see it on Facebook right now. It's put in graphics for you. 33 people are standing trial, 7 proceedings, 10. 7 convictions have been secured. 161 other cases, ongoing investigations, 79, ongoing criminal cases, 8 of them. Ima, you're not pleased with the work it is doing?
Well, I still maintain my earlier standard. Akwanuma Kisi Ajape must go.
He still must go?
He is not fit.
But the office must stay?
No, yeah, the office must stay. I went through the report this dawn, and these are the key highlights I came out with. The existential threat, where he's referring to as people who are standing prosecution trying to undermine the office and calling for the scrapping, and the presidential intervention. You know, when parliaments went through the private members bill to scrap it, the president intervened.
Yes, he did.
You know. And then the criticisms essentially centered on the non-performance of the OSP. And according to their own report, they say they've done 20 plus in terms of savings of the total funding to the organization. Their major savings, according to them, included 6 billion Ghana cedis. And this is the breakdown, according to their report. The strategic mobilization Ghana, the SML, they said they saved the country 5.7 billion. The Ghana Health Services, the LCB disinfection deal, they saved the country 345 million Ghana cedis. Government payroll cleaning, they said they saved the country 34.2 million Ghana cedis. And the custom advance ruling reforms, millions according to them saved. Then the Ken Ofori Atta's case and the timelines and the drama. You know, in January 2025, he fled to the United States claiming indefinite medical leave. And then the OSP declared him a fugitive from justice in February 2025. And then the lawyers of Ken Ofori came out to promise, and even the minority leader, Afenyo Makin, said on the floor of Parliament.
Yeah.
And you know, the House of Parliament is the House of Records, that he'll return by May, but instead he didn't show up and travel to the UK, according to sightings we've seen. We also saw 78 charges filed in November 2025, with 7 co-accused, including Ernest Akore, his main kingpin when he was finance minister. Extradition request transmitted to U.S. authorities December 2025. Then Interpol, the red notice issued by it has been challenged by Ken Ofori.
It is doing well. The office is doing well.
That's according to I'm just analyzing.
Okay.
Based on what they have brought out. So it's only fair for me to bring this, and then I will then put my analysis to them.
Let's do your analysis.
Okay. You see, let us not forget that the Office of the Special Prosecution is an institution, and it's not about the individual heading it. Clearly, when you have the wrong person leading an institution, the institution will not perform to its maximum.
And Kisi Ajabe is the wrong person.
He's the wrong person because Kisi Ajabe is politically tainted. The truth be told, he worked under the chambers of the former president, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo. And if you look at the way the cases he has handled had manifested, there had been gaps, and there have been intentional traps that he put in place to make sure that those people facing these allegations are able to elope or even buy more time. If it was any serious jurisdiction where we've all seen the work of special prosecutors, I don't think we would have been where we are. The monies he's claiming he has saved Ghana, to me, is just a drop in the ocean. There are much larger issues that have gone on. But having said that, you see that when the private members bill was muted after the president intervention, everybody stopped talking about the office of the OSP. You remember the allegations that were leveled against the OSP. What has happened to such allegations? I think Kissi Ajabin is not above the law and he can equally be investigated. So I will call on those people who are championing these allegations to look at how we can bring the young man to account. What should it be the case that Kissi Ajabin is driving on our street in bulletproof vehicles with military, what has it done wrong? And whom is it running away from? These are the things as a country we bring upon ourselves and it become institutionalized. You can be sure that when another special prosecutor comes, he also want the same pecs. So that office, those things must be defined. Look at the electoral commissioner, the almighty Jane Mensah and the MPP. Look at the military that were surrounded her. Bosman and co. Now, those security details have been withdrawn. Has anybody harmed them? No. So these were just complete waste of taxpayers' money.
I see.
And we must not also allow the politician to abuse the uniform. I think our military uniform deserves some respect.
Okay.
Internal security actually is under the ambit of the
Interior Minister,
the police.
Yes,
and we
police.
shouldn't be seeing our military conducting some of these things. So to me, I think yes, they've choked some successes, but they could have done better.
Way better.
And I still maintain that Kissi Ajabin will have to go.
So look, a lot of people said the OSP was not doing enough. It has presented its health-year report. It says that if the levels of scrutiny it is subjected to is the same levels of scrutiny that other investigative bodies are subjected to, Yoko, for instance, he didn't mention them though, but other investigative bodies, they would not have survived. But he is surviving. It clearly shows that he's doing well. You don't think so?
The very report even means that he has to leave the office. The very half-year report he presented, for me, is enough basis for him to leave the office.
Even after all of the...
Total waste of our time. You see, he must not treat the office as his personal property. And when some of us were calling for his head, it's not because we hate Kissi Ajabin. Why would I hate them? I'm not a lawyer. So if Kissi Ajabin is not there,
you're not going to
I'm
take
not
his
going
place.
to occupy there. And he's not the first person. When Martin Alamisi was there, we said the same thing. We realized he was not performing.
Right.
He was only interested in writing to us epistles, when the actual work is there for you to do. Look, when you come to the developments under his own report, and that is why I'm saying that on the basis of this same report, he must leave the office. He makes the point that, as a matter of fact, Ken Ofori-Attah's investigation started as far back as December 2023. I don't know whether it's a typographical error. But he's telling us that the whole investigation into Ken Ofori-Attah's corruption allegations started in 2023. Then he comes back to tell us that he officially informed Ken Ofori-Attah in January of 2024. No, January of 2025,
yes,
that he was under investigation. So, which is which?
So they can start the investigation.
Fantastic.
And then when they get to a point where they can involve you,
Yes.
then they do that.
I wanted you to fill in this gap and then explain to you why he must not be there. So it means at the time Ken Ofori-Attah applied or wrote to the former chief of staff, Imopari, he was under investigation.
And they knew that.
What steps did he take to prevent Ken Ofori-Attah from leaving the shores of
But
this?
doesn't the other achievements triumph over this one
All
thing?
of these are a drop in the ocean. We are talking about someone who led us to borrow 13.5 billion. So the chunk of the money is with this man. you had known from December by your own report that he was under investigation. You did not take any steps to prevent him from leaving this country. And the call for his sacking was based on Ken Ofori-Attah's issue.
Mainly, yes.
I mean, I remember calling for his head based on this. But he must not take it that because the president came to say that that private members bill should be withdrawn, it means everything is well. No. Some of us disagreed with the president that his continuous stay, but I can see the wisdom in what the president was saying. Here is someone who has been accused of, first of all, that he doesn't want to fight corruption. He comes into an office first year, people are bombarding him that sack the OSP, close the office. If he goes ahead to do that, then it feeds into the propaganda that the president doesn't want to fight corruption. So let it stay on. Other than that, his performance has been abysmal.
I see.
We are always dancing around the issues, but we are not doing it. By the way, they must correct an impression. I don't remember the last time Mustafa Hamid's case started in July of 2023. Did it start in 2023?
Mustafa Hamid's investigation.
Because if you come to Mustafa Hamid, what he's telling us is that the case started in July of 2023. Maybe it's a typo error.
Okay.
Yes. But all in all, his attempt, if you read his own perspective, he was only trying to go after those of us who have been criticizing him for the way and manner he's handling the office, by even concluding that either we are being hired by those whom he is investigating or those who knows that I mean, how can you come to this conclusion? An OSP who is dabbling himself in conjectures. If I were to ask the OSP who has hired me to call for his head, would he be able to tell me? I am saying that Ken Ofori-Attah leaving this office, he did not live in this country, he did not handle it well. And it has come to us for his own report. Tells us that Ken Ofori-Attah has always been fit. Because someone who was telling us that he couldn't come to Ghana traveled to the UK on the 20th of May 2025. When he had created the impression through his lawyers that the man was that ill, he couldn't travel, he couldn't do it, he was bedridden. Yet he went to the UK, went back to the United States. So you don't know all this. In fact, he created the impression that when Ken Ofori-Attah was in the UK, he had the evidence. Therefore, what did he do? You have been there, you have been put there to deal with issues of corruption, corruption-related offenses.
So despite the gains in the healthcare report, you still think...
What gains?
The ones he has mentioned.
These are all projections he made, not physical cash. The 6 billion he talks about. He said, but for their intervention, this would have happened, but for their intervention...
Which is part of their mandate.
It's not, they never intervene in any way. SMS, we have started bashing them. SMS expose came from the 40s. Is that not the case?
Yes, that's when we heard about mainly. That's when it became loud. But it does not mean they were not investigating.
Issues that we ourselves have submitted. I together with Apia Dankwa and Ebu Bokma, we submitted a petition on the 15th of September 2025 against the Vice President. No mention has been made of it. I am fully aware that a number of petitions has been sent to him concerning the 52.5 billion
that falls
tax revenue.
The other cases.
Tax revenue. That got missing, by the way. Our petition had to do with the former Vice President.
Yes.
Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia.
Right.
You understand? He has not done anything about it. If you are not even going to do anything, what about the 52.5 billion Ghana cedis that miraculously got missing from the tax account at GCB to an unknown account? No mention was made of it.
Alassane, let me come to you. Unfortunately, you have a minute. The OSP's healthcare report.
I see. I have my own position on the ASP. I am not asking for, but for His Excellency the President's intervention. I was one of those who were asking for the office to be scrapped.
Oh, you think so?
Completely. Because you ask yourself, you see, we brought in that office to cure a particular sickness.
Yes. Corruption.
Why was it that if you say this is independent and that it can investigate politicians, something maybe the Attorney General will not be able to do, why didn't he inform the former finance minister that he was being investigated when they were in power? Where he had done the investigation for almost a year. Because we started in December 2023. And this somewhere in 2024, you should have reached a stage where you invite him.
He didn't do anything.
For interrogations. So throughout, so if you look at it, throughout the period of the NPP, tell me which NPP appointee, government appointee, did he do a complete investigation and prosecution on? So you see, the Article 88 of the Constitution has given the power to the AG. Now we are now saying that the AG is struggling, or the AG is not able to prosecute his political colleagues. You understand? And so let's give power to the Office of Attorney General and make it fully independent.
Yeah.
But the question we should ask ourselves, look, let's not be concerned with these achievements.
They don't matter.
Because these achievements, if he were not to be there, the other investigative agencies would have done these investigations. What we should be asking ourselves is, what was the major objective of setting up the OSP? It was, we did it to cure a particular problem. Make it independent, make it to be so strong that regardless of whichever party is in power, it can do it. Has it achieved that purpose?
You don't think so?
Or is also behaving like another AG, where not until that government leaves power, it doesn't prosecute members of that government. That is what it is also doing.
So you still think that?
No. So to me, the entire structure should go. We don't need it. It's just another duplication
of the work of the AG.
It's leading to waste of resources, and this, they have their own investigators. The AG office has investigators. These people, Iyoko has his own investigators. National Security has their own investigators.